In this episode of the Health Business Mastery Podcast, I'll be breaking down the concepts of marketplace awareness and marketplace sophistication. These are two advanced concepts that most marketers don't fully understand. We're going to be breaking them down into the most simplistic terms so that you can not only understand the concepts, but how to apply them. Because this is such an advanced concept, I'm going to be breaking up this episode into two parts. In part one of this two-part series, we're going to be unpacking what marketplace awareness is and what marketplace sophistication is, the difference between the two, and how to identify where your market is. Then in part two of this series, we're going to be looking at specific examples of each level of marketplace awareness and how that applies to selling health supplements, how it applies to the marketing message, the sales copy, and more. Now let's get on with part one of this core concept. Welcome to Health Business Mastery, the Creative Thirst Podcast. I'm your host, Bobby Hewitt. Tapping into how people buy is the driving force of conversion rate optimization. Yet not all products are purchased the same way. One such example is direct-to-consumer health-related products, such as a natural health supplement or a natural food product or even medical equipment. That's because selling health products online is different than selling any other kind of product. People don't buy health the same way they buy anything else. There are actually a number of different reasons for this, but fundamentally, it comes down to the four forces framework that we've developed at Creative Thirst, which is made up of desire, hope, trust, and belief. I'll unpack those in another episode, but for today's episode, I want to explain the concept of marketplace sophistication and awareness. This concept comes from the great direct response copywriter, Eugene Schwartz. It's directly from his book, Breakthrough Advertising. Brian Kurtz, one of the great marketers in direct response, calls Breakthrough Advertising the most important book ever written about persuasion, copywriting, marketing, and human behavior. Don't let the title fool you. It's all about direct response. And if you've been in the direct response space for any length of time, you've probably come across the terms marketplace awareness and marketplace sophistication before. But there is a lot of confusion as to what they mean. A lot of people think they are the same thing, and they are not. And a lot of people struggle on how to apply the concepts to the direct response marketing. This episode is going to clear up both of those issues. Don't feel bad if you thought they were the same thing. A lot of marketers get awareness and sophistication mixed up. It's easy to do since they are both loosely connected. Marketplace awareness is simply the answer to how well known is your product, benefit, or problem in the marketplace. This includes what your prospect already knows about your product, your benefit, or even your main ingredient. On a product level, it's the answer to, have they heard of calcium, magnesium, and vitamins D and K for bone health, for example? On a problem level, it's the answer to the question, what do they know about the problem? Have they heard about osteoporosis, for example? Here's another example. Everyone is aware of aging. I mean, everyone gets older, right? But not everyone sees aging as a problem. It's just a natural process of getting older. That's how awareness relates to the problem. But what about the solution? Collagen type 1 is very effective anti-aging ingredient for the skin. But is the solution well known? Once you know the level of awareness, you can align your hook, your sales copy, and your funnel complexity with where the market already is in relationship to their awareness with your product, your benefit, and your problem. Now that's pretty complex, so let's break it down into simpler terms. First, we'll look deeper at marketplace awareness. Marketplace awareness has 5 levels. At each level or stage, the awareness of the marketplace increases. Remember, awareness is all about how well the market knows their problem or your product. And there are 5 levels. Level 1, completely unaware. Your prospects are not aware of their problem or the need for a solution at this level. Level 2, problem aware. At this level, they are only aware of the problem and nothing else. For example, I hear a clicking noise in my ear when I press on it, but I don't know what it could possibly be. They may have heard of tinnitus. That's the ringing in the ear thing, right? And maybe that's all they know. They're aware of the problem. At level 3, they are solution aware. They are aware of the problem and the different solutions available to them to solve that problem. Sticking on the tinnitus example, that's the ringing caused by a lot of earwax, right? That's maybe what they know. So I need to clean my ears. That's the solution that they think of. Level 4, product aware. At this level, they are aware of the problem and the solution and the product. Here's an example. Oh, tinnitus. Yeah, I've heard of that. I think I need to see an audiologist. Level 5. Level 5 is the most aware stage. It's the top of the awareness pyramid. They are aware of what you offer and how it meets their needs. As an example, oh, there's a pill for that. It costs this much, and I can go to this website and buy it right now. If you can identify the awareness level of the market, then you'll know where the conversation needs to come in at in order to acquire new customers. It will also help you to come up with new hooks and angles for your lead copy and more. To put this into context, let's look at an example of awareness for the supplement product L-arginine. This is something that Paris Lampropoulos talked about at one point, and I thought it was so brilliant that I'm sort of summarizing it here. Taking an L-arginine supplement benefits your cardiovascular health by promoting nitric oxide production, which is essential to optimal blood flow. So, who takes L-arginine? Well, a lot of people, but in particular, bodybuilders, because bodybuilders want more nitric oxide in order to reduce the amount of lactic acid produced during exercising. And that extends the amount of time that they can exercise. It basically extends the amount of time until they get exhausted, until the muscle gets exhausted, meaning they can exercise longer and build more muscle mass. So it's a very specific reason why a bodybuilder would take L-arginine. And it's a very specific example when it comes to awareness. So the bodybuilder market for L-arginine is in the level 5 stage. They are most aware. They are aware of what you offer and how it meets their needs. So if you're targeting the bodybuilder market, you can't start with the benefits of it, or you can't even start with explaining what L-arginine does, or even the nitric oxide angle. It's just simply old news for these guys. This segment is more sophisticated. They've heard it before, and they know how it works. The better thing to do would be to develop a hook that comes at it from a different angle. But that's just the marketplace awareness piece. We also have to factor in the other half, the answer to the question, what's the level of marketplace sophistication? Marketplace sophistication is simply the answer to how many times has your prospect or the market heard the same or similar promise before. The key here is promise. It's where your product's promise fits into the already existing marketplace sophistication. Think about it as the product market fit. Your prospects hear the same promises from other products in the market all the time. Let's face it, all omega-3 fish oils say they help promote or support the same things. If every omega-3 fish oil supplement is saying to the market the same thing, then the market has probably heard it multiple times before. Let's look at both marketplace sophistication and awareness a little deeper. As you now know, marketplace sophistication is how ubiquitous a message is. How many times has your prospect heard the same or similar promise before? Of course, it's very difficult, if not completely impossible, to really measure exactly how many times the market has seen or heard a similar promise. In the health, fitness, and dietary supplement space, customers are constantly on the lookout for new information. They're actively researching such information, especially if you have a particular condition. Because of that behavior, the health market is generally more sophisticated than the average market for other product types. This is also another reason why and how people buy health products differently. But what if a market is completely unaware? If your prospect is completely unaware, level 1 awareness, then they are also likely to have a low level of sophistication. For example, they have not seen or heard the promise or claims of your product before. Think CBD oil a few years ago. This was a brand new product to many, many people in the marketplace. That started at level 1 awareness, completely unaware. Or many have heard the promise or the solution before from an advertisement, but they don't know about the problem. For example, they may have heard about collagen, but they don't know exactly what it does. So is there a correlation between awareness and sophistication? If we optimize for one level of awareness, but the marketplace we're attracting through whatever traffic source we're getting is at a different level of awareness of our product or the problem or the category, then this mismatch will cause a conversion problem. Many times, health marketers miss this critical concept. And many standard conversion optimization agencies don't even have a clue why they're only getting a minimal amount of lift. Oftentimes, they think the problem exists on the landing page itself, and thus they begin optimizing the page, when the real problem is actually a more nuanced one. The real problem lies in the marketplace, not the landing page. It can be fixed in multiple different places. 1 being the traffic source, 2 being the advertising message, 3 being the landing page, 4 being the hook, on and on and on and on and on. It's not as easy and clear-cut as picking or knowing what stage of awareness to optimize for, however. The marketplace is composed of segments, and those segments span across all stages of awareness at the same time. And the marketplace and traffic sources don't actually fall into one single bucket. The actual marketplace is not so clear-cut. It's spread across all of the buckets, all at the same time. There's the segment that is completely unaware landing on your page, the segment that is problem aware, the segment that is solution aware, the segment that is product aware, and the segment that is most aware. All 5 levels are landing on your page. You can filter that and mitigate that with a lot of the top of the funnel, with a lot of the advertising source, with a lot to do with the ad itself. The key to optimizing revenue in the online health market is not about picking one stage, because the market is fractured and your traffic source is never ever clean in terms of marketplace stages. The trick is about knowing where the market is collectively and how your traffic source affects that. If your traffic source is composed of mostly affiliates or joint ventures, then you need to get on those affiliate lists. You need to be getting those emails for a few months before developing your campaign in order to understand your market. You have to see what they're seeing. If your traffic source is Facebook or Google bing, pay-per-click. Then spend some time searching on relevant keywords and listening to conversations on social media to understand what stage the traffic source is at. Both are at completely different stages, and there's always crossover. How does this apply to the health buyer online? Just like there are different stages of awareness, there are different types of health buyers within each awareness segment. There are the super users that take a lot of different supplements, and their kitchen closet looks like a pharmacy. And then there are those who take supplements but don't like taking many pills. And the thought of taking 12 pills a day makes them believe that they are a drug addict or that they are addicted to pills. These are the same people that hold onto their prescription medications for months or years, not taking the full dosage as instructed by their doctors, just to have some a year or two from now, just in case they might need them, but are afraid of them at the same time. Then there's the group that are the non-supplement pill buyers. They don't take supplements or vitamins routinely, except for the occasional times when they're sick or maybe during the flu season. However, this group of anti-supplement takers are usually willing to buy alternative forms of supplements like creams and functional foods and drinks and chews and other types of food products. Knowing where the marketplace is vital to how you craft your supplement marketing funnel. So how do you architect conversion rate optimization around the market? Well, you do it by designing your revenue and conversion rate optimization plan around the awareness stage that's tied to your specific micro segment of the marketplace. For example, the traffic source and the awareness and sophistication of that particular source is part of that optimization plan. You can get bigger gains than the standard 10 to 20% lift on an average conversion test if you tie in all the way back to the top of the funnel. Most conversion optimization specialists don't look at where the traffic is coming from. They start and stop with the landing page, and that is the wrong way to optimize for health. This is where we're going to end part 1 of this 2-part series. In the next episode, we'll be looking at part 2, where I'm going to be providing specific examples of messaging for each level of marketplace awareness and sophistication, how those are applied in your sales copy, and how to use these 2 fundamental core concepts to get more sales. So subscribe to the podcast feed to be sure to get that second part of this 2-part episode. Creative Thirst is a direct response digital agency focusing on conversion rate optimization and A/B testing. We work with dietary supplement companies who are struggling to maximize the profitability of their funnels so they can scale. Through the last 7 years in the online health space, we've optimized many dietary supplement businesses. And in that time, we've uncovered the 3 critical funnels for success. We put together that information in a free digital download called The 3 Funnels Every Health Supplement Business Needs to Build a Multi-million-dollar Empire. You can get that free report by going to creativethirst.com. Scroll down to the appropriate section and click on the blue Get Your ebook button.